You want to declutter your children's toys, but you don't know where to start. You don't have the energy to get started in the first place. You don't have the motivation. You don't have the knowledge to actually know where to begin. And you're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Well, today I'm going to be giving you some really good tips on how to get started with decluttering. We're going to do this the easy way because I've got 4 children and this is how I've decluttered their toys. I've made a massive dent in getting rid of their things over the last 2 years. So these are my favourite tips that I've used. They're so easy to put into place that you can definitely do this yourself. I'm going to be showing you how you can declutter your kids' toys in 5 to 10 minutes a day. You don't have to have a massive amount of time to get started in the first place. So let's get stuck straight in, shall we? My first tip for you is to start small, so you don't want to be wearing yourself out. You can declutter your kids' toys in 5 to 10 minutes if you don't have much time in the day. You can obviously declutter for longer than that if you want to, but you really don't have to. And this is the way that I've decluttered my kids' toys. I haven't put aside an hour at a time. I haven't taken a whole day decluttering. I've just done this in small chunks of time, and honestly it makes a massive difference to how much toys you can get rid of. And what I would suggest is if your toys are in boxes, to go through each box one at a time. You don't have to go and grab every box, chuck it all on the floor, because that is just going to be so overwhelming for you. So what I would suggest is going through one box at a time, and this will take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the size of the box. I'm just going to pull this box out here because this is a good one to show you. This has got my little girl's horses in. What I would like you to do is tip this whole box out on the floor in front of you. Just make sure that you've got a nice empty space to do this in, because you don't want to be throwing this all over the floor when you've got all sorts all over the floor, because that's going to overwhelm you as well. I know this can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes when you have loads of toys in front of you and you don't know where to begin. But the way that I declutter my kids' toys is by choosing their ultimate favourites first, putting them back in the box, and then we'll go through the rest. So I know that they definitely play with these horses here. These are their ultimate favourites, so I'm going to put those back in the box. These ones also, they absolutely love them, so I know they love those. So now I'm left with a bunch of toys that I'm not quite sure about, and what I want you to do is to grab some baskets or some boxes or some bags, and we'll have 3 sections. So I want one for bin, one for donating, and one for selling. With the donation box, this can be for giving to charity, giving to a school, giving to friends or family members or neighbours and things like that. So you don't have to necessarily just give them to donation centres. And then we'll also have selling. So for instance, I might find this little horse here and that I can sell this. So I'll put this in my selling box. And then this one, I might think, do you know what? It's not in good condition. I'm actually going to give that away. So I'll put that in my donation box. I might actually find this little harness thing and think, do you know what? I haven't got that horse anymore. So I'm just going to put that in the bin. So those 3 sections are going to make this really easy for you to start decluttering your things. You don't need a keep box because, of course, you can just put the things that you want to keep back in their containers straight away. And by doing it like this, it's just going to free up your mental capacity because you're not having to overthink what to get rid of. When you're trying to decide what to get rid of, there are a few questions that you can ask yourself. So the first question you can ask yourself is, when was the last time my child played with this? Is it something that they reach for on a regular basis? Is this one of their favourite toys that I see them playing with quite a lot? Or is it something that is just always left on the floor while they play with their favourite toys? And if that is the case, then just get rid of it, because if they're not playing with it, the chances are that they just don't favour it, and you can just declutter that item. So have a little think. Would you like to sell this? Is it in good condition? Is it sellable? Is it damaged? Can it be given away? Can it be given away to family, friends, neighbours, that type of thing? Can it be given to a charity shop? And will a charity shop like this? Because if it's not in good condition, if it's broke or anything like that, then really it should go in the bin. So if it's broke, like this one is a little bit broke. It's got the windscreen missing, but it's still in usable condition. And my little girls play with this, so I can't get rid of this. But if it's broke, then put it in the bin. Because obviously if it's got sharp edges or it's got bits of plastic sticking out, then that can be a danger to children. Also, have a little think about how much money did you spend on this thing? A McDonald's toy, like these are McDonald's toys, and they're not favoured, then can they just go? Can they just be put in the bin? Can they be recycled? Like these are plastic, so they could probably be recycled. But yeah, just have a little think. How much did you spend on that item? Can you easily give it away because you didn't spend much money on it? Can it be resold? So if you spend a little bit extra on that item, can it be resold and you can regain some of the money from that and put it towards other things like clothes, food, days out, that type of thing. A big incentive for me with getting rid of toys is that I sell quite a few of my girls' toys and I put that towards day trips and a holiday as well. So I know that they're still going to get the use out of that money, but it's going to be put to better use because they're not having needless things laying around and cluttering up the home. You can also declutter toys with your kids as well if they're good at that sort of thing. My little girls aren't because they want to keep everything. You can ask your kids to play a little game to help them to declutter their toys. So you can say to them, find 5 blue toys, find 5 round toys to declutter, find 5 soft toys to declutter, put the toys in a gift bag and call it gifting rather than donating. And honestly, this is a really good incentive to get them to get rid of their things because it feels like they're giving a gift to someone rather than just chucking their toys away. Another question you can ask yourself is this toy too young for my child? Is it appropriate for my child's age at the moment? So I've had to obviously donate and sell a lot of baby toys. I've had to sell a lot of things that my girls have outgrown because they're just a lot older now. They're 8 years old. Also ask yourself, how much do your kids play with toys these days? Because my girls are 8 and they don't play with their toys as much as they used to. So I've really cut down on the amount of toys that are in this house because they were just overwhelmed with the amount of toys that they had. When a child has a lot of toys, it does cause some problems with giving them too much choice or them feeling really overwhelmed with too many things around them. And honestly, by reducing the amount of toys that my girls have, they play so much better with their toys now because they have less to choose from and they just have more quality toys. They have only their favourites that they love. So when you've decluttered some of the toys, start getting rid of things straight away so you're not having an endless amount of clutter and toys building up in your home and creating a mess, because that's just going to put you off decluttering more toys because you're just seeing a mess, and that's honestly, you're just going to get so overwhelmed. So what I would suggest is if you've got a garage or a shed or a basement, put the toys that you want to sell in a box or a bag and put them away out of sight. And then start taking things to donation centres or giving things to friends and family straight away, so that you're not having a never-ending build-up of toys. And then once you've got those things out of your home, then move on to decluttering more of your kids' toys. And honestly, that you'll find it so less overwhelming like that. Try to think that less is more. I've had to do this with my little girls' teddies because they're obsessed with teddies. So I've really had to drill it into my brain that less is more. So now they've only got their favourite teddies. I've had to get rid of about 2 big black bags full of teddy bears that I've given to the charity shop, so they have gone on to a better home. I've also given quite a few teddies to my friend's little girl as well. So I know that they're going to a good place where they're going to be used, they're going to be loved. But yeah, less is more. I've had to get rid of teddy bears that they've won from fairs that are not very good quality, and just really try to stick to their absolute favourite teddies that they love and use all the time. And a good way to find this out is just to watch how your kids play. Just watch for what toys they play with the most, and then try to get rid of things that are always left on the floor, always left in boxes. You're left to always tidy up because honestly, I know what it's like. My kids will tip out a box, pick out their favourites, go off and play with those, and then I'm left to pick up all the rest of the toys that they don't really love. So that is a really good indicator of what you can get rid of. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you want to declutter more of your home, I think you'll find this video very useful. Have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you soon. Bye.